Well, hi everybody. I'm sewing today. It is a wreck here. Well, when you sew, if you don't sew, you have thousands of pattern pieces. And that's why I do not try to... I need my glasses. Because I ended up... I'm going to make Simplicity 2481. The one that I said I was going to make, I no longer own. It's been... What I do is I normally start with extra large. I need a large. I need a small. And then I need an extra small for my daughter. So that was what I was going to start with. Oh, and that's the UFO. It's my straight hose vacuum cleaner. I love it. But for Amanda, but I don't think this pattern is big enough. So I have enough to make probably 2.5 pairs of flannel pajama bottoms. So I'm going to make myself a pair. I love these skulls. I bought all that was left because it was 75% off. I just love this. So I found the only two pieces I need, which is the front and the back. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I just have troubles today. Look, my elastic broke in my wrist pin cushion. So I need to fix that. I'm going to cut out the, like I said, it's only, you cut actually 4 pieces out, because each piece you cut 2 out of, and that's it. And sew them up. And so it's been about 15 minutes, and I've cut out 2 of the front, 2 of the back. The one thing you have to do is cut the notches out. Don't do them very neat. And they'll line up better. The other thing I do is I find the front. And I'll take off this piece of paper. Off both of them. But what I do, because I confuse the front and the back, is that I will thread pins through this on each side. Then I know, and I do it about here down, so it doesn't, involve the waist. And so that I know that both of these, this one and this one, are front. Because I have confused the front and the back. And you don't want to do that. So what I do is, like I said, here, hold on, I'll show you. So, they're hard to see because I should have used like some other color. So, I thread 2 through. I used to use tailor's chalk on the inside to mark them, but that would just wipe off. So I just thread 2 pins through. I use long pins. You can use short pins, it doesn't matter. You just have to know which ones are the front. So this took maybe no more than 15. I have a pile here that when I get up to get my coffee, I will throw it in the trash, which I highly suggest because it can turn into a wreck quick. So I'm going to sew a front to a back, and then I'll get back with you. So I'm showing you in the instructions. Pants C is what I'm making. You do sew a front to a back. So I have them pinned front to a back, and see, this is where the notches come in. But you wouldn't die if you couldn't match it up. So I've pinned on the outside seam, and now I'm going to go sew it. I have sewed both the seams, but I iron all of the seams open. So I just use this little, it's like this really old, it's moved to several states with me. ironing board. Put it on the counter. And I have a steam iron. And see how it's not quite thing. I always kept something too long. You equalize that later on. So we're going to iron this open on both sides of, you know, the front and the back of the pants. Okay, so I've ironed them open. I really like this material. I think it's so cool. But I like to make stuff out of unexpected material. Like, normally women's pajamas would be made out of pink daisies or something. I don't know. And I prefer really weird. So I'm going to sew the front to the back. And there is a little weirdo thing. You have to kind of like flip them. And I don't know how to explain that to you. But you just keep putting them together till you can sew the crotch and the inseam together. It just happens. I don't know. So I'm going to do that. Okay, forget that. These instructions, now I sewed the inside seams. And I'm going to take, if you can understand this, if not follow your instructions. This has been a while since I filmed because I had to call Anita. I'm going to put this leg inside this one, inside out, I guess. And I called Anita because that's not how I normally make them. But that's how Anita normally makes them. So I must. And she said that she's sure that I've sewed them this way before. So it's like, never mind what I said. And I should have said this at the beginning. You use 5/8 seam. And I always sew forward, then backwards, then forward to create this seam. Because if you sew backwards and then start off, you will lock it in. So I'm going to do what these instructions say. So I put the right sides together by inserting, I pulled one leg inside out, or right side out, stuck it in there. And it must be the way you do it because all the darts match up. See? Darts match up. So now I'm going to go around this, and this will be the crotch, the inside and the back. And I always, like from about here, this being the middle of the crotch, we'll call it. I don't know what else you call it. I always double seam it because that tends to be the weakest part of pajamas. So I'll sew it once and then I'll come back and sew it again. Finally got smart and got my so I double sewed and then I cut really close to the outside seam because you don't need extra material. So let's see how this worked, since I've never actually made a pair like this before. Anita says I have. Voila! So let's see. Front. See where I put the pins on each side. Front. Oh, it worked. They look really big. This is flannel. They haven't been washed. And once you cinch it in the waist. But this is an extra large. I can wear a large, but I like my pants extra large. I'd say this has taken, with phone calls, if I subtract everything, about an hour and a half. So I am going to I turn about a half of an inch to an inch in the waist, and then I get my elastic out and measure it. So if I don't do that tonight, then I'll do it tomorrow and take you along on the journey, start to finish. But I'm telling you, that was what I did. The 2 outside seams, the 2 inside seams, and the crotch in the front, the front seam. I don't know, crotch seam. And I really am not a great sewer. I just am not. See what happened when, So I'm still going to leave the pins in the front because I want the opening for the ribbon and stuff to be in the front. I get confused easy, so I don't mess around. So I'm gonna go eat a Lunchable, even though it's 5. I started eating the Lunchable 2 hours ago, and we'll continue on. So I'm turning the top of the waist, and I use this kind. You can use this. I do it a 1/2 inch, and I just eyeball it. I figure it's not that severe. Let's see. Oh, there goes my thing. That's close enough. So I turn it, and now I'm going to sew it, and then I'll turn it for the casing for the elastic, and that's judged by how wide the elastic is. So this is the elastic. I don't know what kind it is. I have a new pack somewhere. It's just what they tell you to use in pajamas. It's you know, very pliable, pullable. It's not tight. It's very comfortable. I've been using the same type in all my pajamas. So what I'll do is I'll turn this over and create a casing that's a little bigger than my elastic, and then sew right around the bottom of that. And I don't want it too tight, you know, too narrow, because I don't want to have trouble pulling the elastic through. I mean, these are easy peasy pajamas. So I have sewed all the way around, and I left 1 inch to the right and to the left of the back seam, so I can feed it through wherever the back seam is. I left it somewhere. So now I'll take the elastic, and what I do is I measure my natural waist, because that's where you tend to wear pajamas, and I don't pull it tight whatsoever, because when it gets threaded through, it's going to take up a lot of stuff. I think you're supposed to measure your waist and add 2 inches. I just measure it and then cut. And I got a large waist. So I take the good old safety pin, and I'm going to run it through its casing, and then I will sew that, and then I'll sew the casing shut. Well, it's day 2 of the pajamas. I got tired. I ran out of bobbin thread. I just said forget it. Thought I had another white bobbin, but I didn't. Well, the waist is done, and what I do, but I don't have any. I thought I had black ribbon. I need black, beige, and white, I think. I'm waiting for the internet guy to come. Get faster. Is that I take my seam ripper about 1 inch apart from the front seam, and I just rip 2 holes in it, and I run ribbon around again with a safety pin. Then when I get that all nice and straight and it's in, then I will run on the back seam to keep the elastic and ribbon from turning. And this looks really wide. You know, these legs look real wide. So I am going to, since I'm waiting on the internet guy and can't go shopping for ribbon, I'm going to actually wash these and see how much they wash and dry. But I found out I have 3 other pajama patterns. So I can look at them, or simply take this one and down. Take, you know, some of the side seams down. Because I don't think I don't know that I want my pajama legs that wide. Oh, and I've ironed and hemmed everything. On hemming the bottoms, I just turn them a 1/2 inch, then a 1/2 inch. Iron it in. I always iron everything. Iron. And, you know, throw a few pins in it, then run it around you know, the sewing machine. And then I always iron it, and I always iron all my seams in. So that's it. So I will try to get some ribbon before this goes up. And take a picture of what the waist looks like. I'll try. Well, it's been fun. I'm probably gonna have to edit out a bunch of my conversation out. I could probably make another vlog with just the conversation. So, but hey, they're simple to make. Like I said, basically, few seams, and you've got pajama bottoms of anything you want them to be. They can be cotton, they can be seersucker, they can be, which are beautiful. I love seersucker. They can be flannel, they can be capris. You can make pajama shorts to sleep in at any length. I wear mine a couple inches above my knee. I'm a very modest person. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.